Okay, peeps, 2006 Chevy Silverado 2500 Duramax diesel, heavy duty. Going to change the coolant and flush everything out. I've already drained coolant, flushed, added the cleaner, and ran distilled water through it as well after the cleaning process. But during all this, I figured out that there's no drain plug. I'm sure most of you already have too. There's no drain plug for the radiator to flush anything out. Normally, they want you to use the hose that comes off of the radiator and disconnect it from there. And every time I've done that, you get doused with coolant. There's no way to do it neatly. You can't capture everything. Well, I figured out a way to do it nice and easy, and I'm going to show you. First things first, disconnect the top radiator hose, obviously after the motor's cool. Make sure to open up the refill reservoir. You can make a little adapter for a shop vac. Take one of the end fittings, use a flex poly hose, 1/2 inch, and you can guide it down the side of the reservoir into the radiator. It works. I've done it 3 times already. It slides all the way down the side of the reservoir, and you can get to the bottom of the radiator, and you can hook up a shop vac and suck everything out of the reservoir and the radiator without an issue. More to come. Okay, here's the hose. You put a little bend in it and you can guide it straight down, and it slides all the way down to the bottom of the radiator. That's it. I can feel it bottoming out. Now hook it up to your shop vac. Of course, take out the filters of the shop vac. Okay, all hooked up. Turn it on. There we go. All the fluid going into the back. No problem. You have to pop the vent nut right here on the top of the thermostats to let air vent in past the thermostat, so all the fluid will drain back into the radiator from the engine to make sure you get everything out. This works like a charm. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, the vent cap is open, top of the radiator, or top of thermostats. Fluid's still coming out. Take about 3 to 4 gallons, it's actually about 20 quarts, 5 gallons out this way. You'll drain the entire system. Water will dry, all the fluid will drain out of the engine eventually. You might have to turn the vac on and off a couple times, but it's still draining, and I've got nothing on the ground. Still going. Just wanted to show you what type of hose I use. Polyethylene. It's a little bit softer. Oh, and we just running out now. Starting to suck air. But it's a polyethylene coil hose, 1/2 inch, and you easily duct tape it right to the end of a shop vac fitting, and it works fine. Okay, I just took a little break on the vac. I'm going to let it filter back, get down into the radiator. Give it a couple minutes, I'll turn it on again, let it run for a little bit until it starts sucking air, and then give it a couple more minutes, shut it off, and repeat the process a couple times, just to make sure that all the coolant and, well, at this point, distilled water gets out of the bottom of the engine. And then I'll get back to you, show you how I put it all back together. All right, repeated the process a couple times just to show you. No joke, pulls everything out. No, the fluid wasn't all that dirty. I had some dust in the bottom of the can, but Anyway, I'm still going on and off. Slowly draining out of the engine into the radiator. I'll keep on repeating that process. I'm going to move forward and change my thermostats today. And then of course refill with clean, new coolant. But I just want to show you this process, so you don't make the same mistake of trying to drain it from the bottom radiator hose and getting soaked and making a mess and everything else. You can use this process for anything, I guess. Anything to do with cooling, even if you have to suck it out, clean out the vac real good, suck it out, and you could reuse the fluid at that point. So again, after I'm done, I'm just gonna take the hose out. I use the hose here to pre-charge everything, fill up the top of the engine, and I've even stuck a funnel into the radiator sides. You can actually fill kind of fast that way, but no need to do it that way. But then after done, just put the radiator hose back on, and good to go. So hope this helps you guys out, saves you some time and lets you reuse the fluid. Just a little catch to take care of this easily. Take care, guys.